Hello, have you seen a question like this? I know some of you might have, and some of you might have not. And this is a quiz question on one of the quizzes in the past week for some of you, And so I'd like to explain to you why certain step is right, why certain step is wrong, and how your teacher grades your work. Okay, so first of all, take a good look. The question is asking us to rationalize the denominator, which is to get rid of the radicals in the denominator, and so that there's no radicals in the denominator. So this person did the steps. Okay, so let me put it on the side so I can explain it to you, and so I can type it. Okay, so √2 minus 1. Okay, so this student multiplied something like this. Okay, apparently some of you will say, hey, he should have chosen a different one. He should have chosen plus. That is true. Okay, that is absolutely true. But this student did not. Can we judge this step as wrong? The answer is no. Why? Because this step honored anything times 1 stay the same. This quantity is just 1, right? So anything times 1 stay the same. There's no fault in this step. Yes, it has been chosen the wrong, one, but it still does not make any mistakes. You go anywhere and you judge the left, you calculate the left and you calculate the right, numerically, they're going to be exactly the same. And as a result, so step A is correct. Okay, how about step 2? Step 2 is a consequence of numerator times numerator, which is square root of 2 minus 1. And the bottom is denominator times denominator squared. And there's no fault in it in this step either. So this step, which is A, and this other step, which is 2, no problem at all. Now, what happened on step C? Step 3. On step 3, this student put, he didn't do anything with the numerators. Numerators stay the same, and the denominator, it was written as √2, right? √2 squared minus 1. This is when the step is wrong. Why? Because from B to C, we are basically told this quantity is equal to this other quantity. And that is not true. That is not true, right? Numerically, they're not the same. Algebraically, they're not the same either. All right, so let me put this little squared over there so you can see. Of course, 1 squared is 1 as well. So why this is not true? Because this is a mistake that is about to say A minus B. Okay, this is very common mistake. A minus B squared is equal to A squared minus B squared. That's not true. We know that because a minus b squared in a minus b in parentheses squared is equals to a minus b times a minus b. If that equals to a squared minus 2ab and plus b squared. And the latter, right, a squared minus b squared, its factored form is a minus b times a plus b. Okay, you can see obviously they're not the same. Okay, so aside from this argument, you can also check numerically they're not the same. Okay, you can simply plug in, right? You can just punch in the calculator. Okay, that will give you a numerical value of that. And this other one will definitely give you a different numerical value. Boom. All right, so they're not the same. So that's why step C is the mistake. So C is the wrong step. So here, this equal sign is wrong because they're not equal. They're not equal. So this is how we decide if a step is right or wrong, right? Then you say, well, if this student keep doing this, suppose he would do it right? What will be the next right step, right? So what will be suppose the student does not misstep, right? So I copy and paste. So what could have been done is if this student keep going, not doing this, just keep at it. And this student could get, right, keep the numerator and FOIL the denominator, which apply a squared minus 2ab, right, to apply this formula. And the student will get root 2 squared minus 2ab 3 times root 2 times 1, right, plus 1 squared. So we follow that formula, right, root 2 squared. And we keep going, so the student keep going. Okay, the student keep going. So this makes 2, and that makes 1. And the 1 plus, oh, sorry, this is 2. 2 plus 1, that's 3. The student ended up here. It's still not a rationalize, but he get every step correct. So by this time, this student did not make any mistake. Then you say, well, it is not rationalized, but it's okay. Student may start from here and rationalize, okay, by multiplying the conjugate of the denominator. The conjugate of the denominator is 3 plus 2 times root 2 and 3 plus 2 times root 2. He will still get it. He will still get the right answer. And meanwhile, none of the steps is wrong. Okay? Then of course you would say, yes, this is too long. This is a long way. Correct. This is a long way, but it didn't make any mistake. So no one should judge any one of the steps as wrong. It just take a long, it's a long way to get there. Okay? So let's finish, see what is going to be ahead, provided it's been done correctly. So this is, we're gonna apply a minus b times a plus b here, so we're gonna get 3 squared minus that one squared, so this is gone, right? Because denominator times denominator. On the numerator, we're gonna take the root 2 minus 1, multiply the other piece. Okay, so let's be patient, right? So this is gone. And what's in the denominator? In the denominator, 3 squared is 9. 2 times root 2 squared is 8, right? And the top, we're going to FOIL. We're going to FOIL. So let's see what we get by FOILing, right? So 3 times root 2. I know you don't like to do this, right? 3 times root 2 plus 2 times root 2 times root 2. That's going to be a 4, okay? And negative 1 times 3, that's minus 3. And minus 2 times root 2. Now, what do we get next? What do we get next? 8 minus 9 minus 8 is 1. Okay, we can omit that denominator. And this makes 1. And 3 times root 2 minus 2 times root 2. So we just get root 2 plus 1. So in the end, we get root 2 plus 1. It's still the right answer. Okay, it is indeed the long way. It is indeed the long way. So even if you've chosen the wrong term, as long as you don't make those algebraic mistakes, you can still get it right. I know I've never seen any student done it like this, to tell you the truth, okay? Because the student wants to get a squared minus b squared and choosing the wrong one. Had the student chosen, of course, you know that. Had the student chosen this plus, and this is the plus, and you know how fast it is to get there, right? So you're going to get root 2 plus 1 times 1. That's on the top, and the denominator, you just get root 2 squared minus 1 squared. You're finished. You still get the same answer at this point. And of course, you prefer this way. But if you prefer this way, you need to choose the right conjugate, right? You need to choose the right conjugate. But if you didn't choose the right conjugate, you make it more complicated. You can still get there. You can still get there. So that's my point, okay? And that's why we judge the steps the way we do, because we don't know what the student wanted to do until we saw this wrong step, right? So on this step, we saw, oh, the student multiplied by 1. Anything times 1 stay the same. Equal sign is justified. I cannot take any points off. And this one is the consequence of that step. No problem. Until we see step C. All right. So this also the opportunity for me to show you how your work is judged or graded. Thank you for watching.